Our headline act tonight is a guy called Gav Roberts, and he's gained himself legendary status around kind of the Yorkshire live poetry scene. He set up the Romp spoken word night over in Rotherham, and I went over to see him a couple of weeks ago. We were like talent scouting, and we went to see him in Wakefield, where he was just absolutely out of this world. He's one of those guys where you watch him and he speaks about the simple things in life in a way that you can just resonate with, you can connect with, and he's absolutely fantastic. So please, could you all put your hands together and welcome to the stage our main act for the evening, Gav Roberts. Hey up. How's it going? Right. Yeah. I am Gav. Yeah, I'm definitely Gav. I am Gav. I am just Gav. I am the same as you. I am an equal. I am your equal. I am a simple ethic of equality that is just coming into fashion. I am simpler than an abacus. I am more complex than the geometry contained in a conical shell. I am a stone. I am waiting to get skimmed across the water. I am waiting to drown. I am hand to mouth making ripples in the water. I am drinking. I am grazing. I am lying down in the grass all too often. I am wishing something would happen all too often. I am pages written by the wrong hand at the wrong time. I am appendices. I am too much detail. I am sweating as I write this because the pen is heavy in my hand. I am writing about what happens next. I am something that happens next. I am going to happen next. I am okay with this. I am okay. I am telling myself that I am going to be okay. I am asking you if I am okay. I am calling out to be called home. I am so close, so very close. I am ever diminishing time. I am counting down. I am coming down. I am hoping to meet you somewhere where we can be alone. I am lonely. I am very, very lonely. I am sometimes depression. I am always anxiety. I am not capable of healing myself yet. I'm disappointed, I'm disappointing, I'm everything you've got to learn. I'm something that's willing to frustrate you just so you know that it was a feeling worth feeling. I am hoping that you remember everything I say because I mean it. I promise that I mean it. I am ignore it. I am stop me, please stop me. I am careering out of control. I am small, I am minus, I am total, I am divisible by nothing. I am a mass equation casually totaled with the wrong answer. I am the wrong answer repeated forever and ever. I am definitely infinite. I am defiantly infinite. I am infinity without the need of a symbol. I am needless symbols washed away in the sand but written in the tide which carried them away. I am infinity disappearing, falling over and over. I am an ape that already has fallen over and is broken. I am broken, I am rebuilding, I am changing. I am 90% the same as a star. I am carbon, I am hydrogen, I am oxygen, I am water, I am fluid. I am basic elements vibrating, I am vibrating, I am dancing, I am dancing, I am dancing, I am dancing. I am the first person dancing, I am the last person dancing. I'm dancing on the inside, I'm dancing on the outside. I'm dancing on the outside so the bad guys pick me off first. I'm willing to get picked off first just so that you can carry on dancing. I am not planning my next footstep. I am reacting to the situation based upon my current surroundings. I am changeable. I am comfortable. I am home. I am warm. I am loved. I am hopeful you will call round. I am hopeful you will help me sleep better. I am hopeful you are not the monster underneath my bed. I am hiding. I am always, always hiding. I am O7702526930. I am an automated voice who takes your message. I'm frightened of talking to you. I'm frightened of dealing with you. I'm frightened of being touched by you. I'm frightened of the help you can give me. But I am Gav. I am only Gav. I am just Gav. I am simply Gav. And I am in the game. And I am becoming that which I was always meant to be. I am the devil. I am the deep blue sea. Cheers. I have to get that one out of the way first, you know, it's like now we know each other a bit better. You know what I'm saying? That last two lines of that was something that, you know, like our kids here, you know, like he uses, I don't think you've ever heard that one performed live before, have you? No. But it's something that my dad said before he died, you know, like he said, I'm caught between devil and the deep blue sea. He was taking drugs to help his arthritis and then that weren't helping his kid, you know, da. So anyway, this one's about me mate cooking me tea. So, it's called A Little Bit of Sausage for the Floor. Because he did. I was in local pub, you know, like Rising Sun in Sheffield. I went down there and he says, you know, have you bought your tea, Gav? I said, no. He says, don't worry, I've made it for you. I'm like, oh, cheers, mate. You know when somebody's just like, all right, that's very cool. So this is about that. I'm staring down at beans and sausages from a tin, and I know that it's going to taste good. I just know that it's going to taste good because my mate's cooked it on the hob. And I can tell from the steam that comes off them that they're warm right through. Them synthetic little sausages, they're warm right through. And I can tell from the thickness of the sauce that he's added cheese to the beans, and underneath these there are fish fingers, lovingly placed, lovingly soaking. And next to these half a dozen processed pieces of fish, there are 10, no less 10 onion rings. Because when we eat, we like to eat big. We like to wrap it up in bread and butter, feed like kings off plates the size of dustbin lids, filled with simple food. Because simple is honest in our eyes. And my mate's done an honest thing for me tonight. Anyway, I'm sitting there with a goodly amount of food on my knee when he says to me, where's the remote? To which I reply, it's on the ironing board, pal. Where you left it. It's all factual, this shit. And I'm staring at a remotely paused TV screen displaying an advert for a discounted fridge that I still will never be able to afford. And I feel like a king. I really feel like a king. Because my mate's done an honest thing for me tonight. He's cooked me tea, and with this simple act, he's helped me lift my eyes and see the bigger picture. Because if you look at it right, if you look at things right, everything does taste as good as it says on the tin that it's in. Everything does taste as good as it says on the tin that it's in. This one's about relationships, and it's no disparagement on the lady that was with at the time. It's more it's more a comment on my lack of backbone. It's called Gingerbread Man. The day we first kissed, we melted into each other like two flavours of complementing ice cream. We moved about each other with a modicum of grace all day, both in bed and out of it. We had discussed the various differences between us and decided that they would only make us better, more together. Opposites attract, or so they say. But it was a downhill slide after that first day. 3 to 4 weeks in, over breakfast with you, my new true love. Across the table, your bathrobe opened low, and seductively, you told me that my beard looked shit and that I should let it go. Your gingerbread cutter had broke free so soon, too soon, and so soon did I want to love you that I yielded to your so seductively wielded gingerbread man-shaped mould. Too soon did I decide to let my backbone run and hide. Within months, I was on a choke chain of my own making, wearing clothes that you had bought me, dressed up like some kind of mannequin, some kind of nodding dog. I started looking like a really ugly Ken doll. As the gingerbread cutting phrases came thick and fast, you drink too much, you smoke too much. So Julie, I drank less and I smoked less. But what you didn't realise was the opposites were attracting less and less. And that is why we never were, me and you, my once were lover. That is why we are not now. Because if every day had been like the first day, that would have been okay. We would have been okay. But you had too much to say about me not being me and how that would make me better. But it didn't. And I'm sorry I couldn't love you for longer. I'm so sorry I didn't fit into your plan. But no matter how seductively you wield that cutter, I am not a gingerbread man. Don't mind if I do like parties, like 20 past 11, is that alright? No, 20 past 11. It's a bit of a mantra for some people I know. This is about this. In fact, just for legal purposes, it's a story. It's called The Equation, and it's about getting absolutely shit-faced on a Friday tea time in the kitchen. Oh, hang on, fags are gone. I have a thing where I can only perform with a fag behind the ear and pander on stage, and it's just like. So this is a Friday tea time. 5:37. There's 5 blokes in a kitchen, 2 of which are smoking weed while the other 3 do 2 drops each of LSD as well. The smoking 2 refrain for reasons they define, and that's fine. There's no peer pressure, no pressure at all. Every negative has been shown the door and asked to leave. The only requirement is simply to be. Find your level and then give it. Let the equation unfold before your eyes. Breathe deep. Do the basics, count to 10 and wait. For the kick in, the kick on, the kick back, sit back, relax and get some tunes on. Turn the lights on, turn every switch on because we want to witness this in bright life. High definition, fully pixelated life. Get the kettle on and the beer's out. 3 sheet Rizzler origami projects, equations in themselves, cups of tea, beer. Suddenly, it's all on the go. It's all happening here. This simple kitchen has just become the most vibrant place on planet fucking Earth. Add to that the fact that it's a Friday evening, by default subtracting the need to go to work tomorrow. The equation seems to be working itself out quite nicely. These 5 boys are now prime, beginning to feel at one with the situation and divisible only by their own undoing. And that's not going to happen. Not now, not tonight. It's Friday and this kitchen is fucking amazing. Everybody's visiting the favourite parts of their own head, finding valuable treasures and then coming back to the table with tales to tell like when you were in Goa and your mate nearly died, or nights out in Newcastle, or mushroom picking, trolley pushing, making love in the middle of a shift, or together with your mates in the garage at 14 and off your fucking tits, when the time 20 past 11 became a mantra for the good times, which when repeated and repeated and given out freely became recurring equations that happened. Every time you opened your arms out wide to Einstein and let the theory of relativity in. Tonight, these boys are multiplying good times upon the table, taking every memory and treating it with grace, respect, and the odd piss take. Because mates, your real mates, they always give you hope back in the same shape it was given, only bigger. Because that's what we do, given the time and the tools, we turn our own equations into something quite special. Real time moves forward to 7:43 and our 5 prime are now flying, feeling really free. One of the 2 drops takes the music on and just goes. He's there. He's on it. Lost in trance, he starts to dance, then begins to believe that he's in it, that he's one of the beats that's bouncing around in the 140 there are in a minute. And the 3 sheet Rizzler boys, they're feeling like talking about this, about trying to work this out, this equation, this high of life. They're feeling like talking about the infinity of it all. He's dancing, and while one of the others is just staring at a wall. But his smile says it all. He's okay, he's at play, he's got nothing to say, he's cool, that's cool. There's a severe lack of rules here. There are no boundaries here, there are no battle lines drawn or undrawn. There's just a growing sense that this equation is going to last until dawn. And the 3 sheet Rizzler boys, well, they're feeling like talking about this, about trying to work this out. Why can't more weekends start with Friday nights like this? Because this kitchen, this kitchen is truly amazing. And the last of the 2 drops, well, he's just laughing like there's no tomorrow because in his head currently there isn't. He's lost in laughter in this simple room, off gone giggling in the garden of the mushroom. And the 3 sheet Rizzler boys, well, they just want to work it out, why occasions were meant for equations like this, why equations were meant for occasions like this. But it's all working out quite nicely, and the kitchen is at peace with those within, because they all opened their arms out wide to Einstein and let the equation in. Cheers. Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll do sister poem to that. I'll follow on to the, it's not, but different occasions, stories. And this is the poem called 20 past 11, which is, it's about the other end. We've all been at the beginning of a party. We've all, this one's about the end. When you're still up, you've gone through all night and it's, God, that was a good night dancing. We don't want to give nights up, whether it's with friends, whatever. This is 20 past 11. She wraps a steady spliff with fingers so sweet and succinct that you'd think she was born with Rizzlers in her hand. But she wasn't. She earned moments like this. She earned these moments of fighting off the seeping into the come down by partying with all her might throughout the night and into the morning. To be precise, it's 9. But she knows she's going to be fine. She knows she's going to be fine. She knows the come down well. And she knows her friends are feeling rather fragile too, a triumphant few, a dozen or so draped on sofas at various angles with various bottles of beer in their hand. This lot are up for it. They're weathering the storm because this party isn't over, it's merely changed form. So they sit and talk jovial shit about things like how the host has lost most of the use of his neck muscles due to being so unbelievably pissed. He's done, gone, spent, sayonara, see you later, sweet dreams, swaying, struggling to talk. He's kicked the ball and then some, beyond redemption, proper, total, trashed. A Tocom, that spliff's going to kill him. Fucked, crashed, mashed out. Reversed, then crashed again, due to driving his body without due care and attention. He's lost the funds, made peace with God before digging his own grave. And believe me, there ain't nothing warm about soil. Good night, goodbye, you're not going to work tomorrow. Arrivederci, bye-bye, stick a fork in him. He's drunk. The only words he can form incredibly articulately considering his current condition are, let's get some fucking whiskey. It's true that. Yes, despite his state, he still wants more, while the rest are all just praying that the swaying that he's doing doesn't end up with him falling on the floor. This is the come down party. Come down and continue to party because last night was too good to let go of. Write home about it. Send a letter. Don't go there. Close the curtains, come down and curse the sun for the cruel way it taunts you behind the barriers that hold it at bay. There's still fun to be had. We might be low on energy but we're high on life. The night's been danced through and then downed in one. And nobody gives a fuck that the mobile batteries have gone because the only people you really need to speak to, they're here. They're on a come down. Nurse yourself through this with a spliff and a beer. Rest yourself steady. You're ready for this, so sit, talk shit, talk as much shit as you feel because this shit is real life. Rest, you've earned it. So breathe deep, fill your chest and breathe out. This isn't a test. Sleep if you have to. We know you've done your best. This is a come down. She wraps another steady spliff to keep the seeping in at bay as she watches the host finally fall asleep in his favourite armchair. The memories from this night will always be there. Hazy though they may be, the feeling from this night will always be there. Because this is where the triumphant few fell, like angels flagging grace off as they're on the way to hell, pausing on sofas for a come down that came down hard to dwell, and they know it all too well. They know the come down well. Cheers. I'm really this one, a bit political. This one, we're all, I've been saying to a few people tonight that spoken word. It's if you look back in history, it's been pretty much the precursor to every single major social movement that there's ever been, and I think that's very important. And because people have got stuff to say, we've all got stuff to say, and I think, can I have a round of applause for Steve, who's been comparing, please? And keep clapping for Gemma and all the mouthpiece boys. It's good. It's so nice. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here with you, and it's nice to be involved in the growth of a spoken word community, which is, I think, it's what's happening, here with this. Stick together, and just keep putting, good nights on it. It's a real pleasure to be here. So thank you for having me. Usual get off. Is that all right? Sorry, I'm looking to you. I know Gemma, but I know Gemma best of all. Gemma and Ron. So I always got to have friends. You know what I mean? Mental health disabilities. You know what I mean? This is about a struggling family trying to live on DSS. It's called Postman. He leaves to sign on 15 minutes earlier than his bus arrives. because he doesn't want to see the postman or the pictures that he paints by piling letters on the mat. He doesn't want to deal with the postman and his bag of doom. Even though he's never met the postman and the postman's never seen him, he knows the image of the postman in his head is not a good one. So he leaves his family 15 minutes early so he can smoke a fag at the bus stop in peace. Not that peace is something he knows. Inside, down the street, the familiar sound of debts dropping on the mat has started. It is heard and responded to by a young pregnant mother who's already got 2 kids screaming in the kitchen. It is heard and responded to like a Pavlov dog that's trained to feed on pain. It is heard and responded to dutifully. Because there's no point hiding. The postman's been. The opened letters lie heavy on the table, like Monet's full water lilies ready to sink. But the picture, painted by these numbers, printed in red, on letters which lie open at the same table on which these children now play, placated by empty envelopes and free pens. The picture, painted by the postman, is bleak. Debt has dealt a hand as weak as a pair of 2s going up against a full house. And she wishes she'd got a full house, rather than this one, rented off a local property mogul who doesn't mind DSS, because the DSS don't mind that his houses are full of damp and he's as rotten as shite. He doesn't mind DSS, because his DSS tenants don't mind when he doesn't answer the phone, because they've got more worries about the postman. Fuck the damp. It's the postman and his bag of bailiff threats that come dancing up the path day after day that they've got to worry about. She knows the picture the postman paints is bleak, but she's got 2 kids inside. You know, she's got 2 kids who love her, and one inside her who will when it's born, and she's got to carry on, she's got to carry on, she's got to carry on because she loves them too. She knows her other half leaves early because he cannot stand to see her cry. She knows he goes early because he can wait a little longer at the DSS in peace so he can smoke a fag at the bus stop in peace, because there is not any peace to be found in the postman. He paints by numbers and they grow ever more bleak, day after day, week after week. This is right short and delicate hands. It's sometimes when quite a lot of people nowadays, 1 in 4 people is going to suffer with some form of mental illness. Me personally, anxiety, depression, occasionally, all the time, whatever. It's there, it's out there, and that lessens the impact of it. If we can be honest, about who we are. If we can be honest with our friends, with our family, about what we're feeling, in his heads, it negates, the need to, suicide is the main cause of, death. I don't know. It's, a large portion of people, young men under 30, because they can't, because we've got into this society where it's like, oh, you've got to be a man, you've got to, and da. People in my village, Maltby, in Rotherham, just committed suicide. And nobody has been untouched by such a thing as suicide. And you think, how many consciousnesses, that's what it's all about. How many people are here? Can one of us, any one of us, would, could just say, well, that's it, I've had enough, I'm going. See you later. And now that's not right. It's not right that people are doing that to themselves. And I think mental illness is something that's, if we can be honest about it first off, then you've got a weapon against it. There's nothing that anybody can attack you with. It's out there. And what we need to do is we need to create communities like this, where we can all sort of come together. And this is it's just about because water. Ron, you talked about what there's been a few mentions of water tonight, and I think we are majoritively water, and we should behave more like it sometimes. We should. We should behave more like it. We should be fluid. You know, like if somebody presents me with it, you know, like I've got socialist opinions, right? And if somebody presents me with some evidence to say that all my socialist leanings are wrong, I will accept that hard evidence, and I'll decide I was wrong. I can be fluid. I can change my opinion. We can all change our opinions, and I think that's something that needs to happen in general society, because we've got these people who, you know, they've read the Sun or the Daily Mail or whatever, and they've got fucking concrete fucking boots on. You know, it's just like, oh no, I'm not changing my opinion. No, bollocks, let's act more like war. So anyway, this is Rach Short Point with a massive introduction. Sorry. I'll get on with it.
Well said.
Basically, it's about my mates looking after me. It is clear that when you carry me, you do so gently. I would spill far more easily if these hands that hold me were not yours. For I am fluid, in need of gathering, quickly lost, and you know this. You bring me together with care. It takes delicate hands to carry soaked up water, and you have such delicate hands. Total stress panda. No need to be frightened of panda. Thank you, like I said, thank you so much. You know, like I do apologise because I'm going to have to dodge off straight after, you know, like, so I'd like to wait around and give you all a hug, you know, but next time, because I will be back, I will make sure I come back and I'll be able to just stop and listen and, you know. But for now, please, 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 put all weapons down. If they be clenched fists, release them. Let the blood flow again. If they are sharp, sheathe them. Blunted and heavy, put them down. If your weapon is contained within the ink within your pen, set it down and rethink your motivation for writing. If they be guns, take your finger from the trigger. Empty the bullets onto the ground where you stand. Put it down and step away. Unstrap the bombs from your heart. Go back and question the peaceful God who commands you to do this. Put all weapons down. If you use God as your weapon, whether Christian, Muslim, Hindu, or any other, then do not speak to them anymore. Or if you speak, do not place your hate upon them and then pretend that it was theirs. Do not search through their books to find weapons. If this is your intention, close the books and put them down. Put all weapons down. If your weapon is placed upon the tip of your tongue, bite it. If it be a stake driven through your heart by a former lover, let it go. To mend your heart in any way, you must put all weapons down. Put them down, then step away. Your heart never wanted you to use them anyway. Put all weapons down. Take the rags from the bottlenecks of your Molotov cocktails. Take a drink, then put them down. Hand in your riot shields, your truncheons, your gas canisters. Get out of your tanks and land your planes, be they to control the people or of mass destruction. Turn off the electricity in the building that houses the big red button and let them rust. Let them rust. Let them gather the dust that they deserve and lie forgotten, because we don't need them anymore. Put all weapons down. Put them down. Not even because you will hurt people with them, but because it is hurting you to hold them. Put all weapons down. Put them down, then walk away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gav Roberts. Can you please keep the round of applause going while we thank Gav Roberts, the Mouthpiece Poets, all our open mic performers, you guys as an audience, the guys from the Drill Hall. We've had some other people in here this evening. We've got Steve and Graham who've been doing our videography. We've got Frankie who's been taking photographs. So we've had loads of people involved in making sure this evening happens. It only happens because you get behind it and you support it. So please make sure you do stick there. The 20th of July is the next event. So please make sure you get yourselves back in here. You can find it by searching for word of mouth on Facebook, search it online, come in and speak to the guys at the Drill Hall. They'll be able to help you with telling you when we're on again. But it only works if we have your support. So if you have enjoyed tonight, this was Mouthpiece Poets presenting Word of Mouth at Lincoln Drill Hall. If you didn't enjoy tonight, welcome to Nottingham or wherever. But welcome to the first. You can tell them where you were when this first happened in years to come, when your grandchildren are telling you about that great place that they went. Thank you very much for your support. Please give a round of applause to everyone again, and a safe journey home. Thank you.